Dude, I don't know what we should do for Horror Fest.
Yeah, we've really got to come up with something soon. Wait, I've got an idea.
This is stupid. It's not gonna work.
If you're so scared, we don't have to do it.
I'm not scared. I'd just rather spend my time being spooked by RuPaul.
You're an idiot. Just play. Maybe it'll give us some ideas. Is there anyone here?
No. Did you move it?
No, I'm telling you, it works.
What's your name?
VIRGINIA. Virginia. Holy sh...
Dude, respect the spirit. We don't want a ghost named Virginia haunting us.
My bad.
So why are you here?
Aftershock. Aftershock.
What's Aftershock?
Coming up on this week's episode of Aftershock,
Elias covers teens' love for coffee.
Morgan went to an esports event,
Miguel went around the school to test out your school spirit.
and much, much more.
What's up, Cypress Bay? I'm Morgan Haggett.
And I'm Andrew Dunham, and Aftershock starts now.
What is wrong with you?
I just had my third cup of coffee for the day.
You know, caffeine can be really addictive, right?
It can?
Maybe you should check out Elias's segment. He covered someone who overcame this addiction.
Once in a while, everybody enjoys a nice cup of coffee.
I love coffee. I drink it every morning, whenever I want to, whenever I just got a craving for it.
But every cup of coffee, whether you know it or not, fuels a hidden addiction.
I think people need to become aware of the dangers of caffeine, because I don't think people even are aware that there are dangers that come with caffeine. You know, it's on every corner. I mean, every shop. You know, caffeine is a terrible drug, and I wish people become more aware of it. There's tons of information about it. All you have to do is Google and look it up.
Sure enough, one Google search away, the effects of caffeine can be quite frightening. Dizziness, headaches, a racing heart, and trouble sleeping are all common side effects of caffeine overuse.
I realized that there was something wrong with my caffeine just intake and consumption when I found myself just really depending on it. I started needing it more than actually, just making it a part of my day. I would wake up, I would feel irritated, I would feel groggy, and I started to realize that, I was really, really growing dependent upon, having that caffeine. I even saw myself not even being able to get into rhythm. Before meetings, I had to have my coffee. So I really saw it as a dependency for myself, and even prior to going to bed, things like that, I had to have caffeine. So, I started drinking caffeine because, you're working in an office, corporate environment, everyone's doing it. I wasn't traditionally a caffeine drinker, but when I found myself, working my regular job, I moved up, I was in an upper management position, and I had to be ready to go. And, one of the things that I was told on a regular basis was, get yourself a cup of coffee.
But instead of just making a cup of coffee, Walter Rahim has a new way to get the energy brewing.
So one of the things that I've done is I've replaced caffeine consumption with gym memberships. Places like Crunch Fitness, places like 24 Hour Fitness, they offer these incentives for employees who work with companies as a way to kind of help increase their energy levels and their clearness and just make sure they have proper rest.
So the next time you feel the need to dial up your energy, consider unplugging your coffee machine and going clean. I'm Elias Ranconen, CB TV.
RuPaul, ball, drag, where did it all come from? Origins of drag can be dated back all the way to the antique theater, ancient Greece. This is the time before Common Era of the Trojan War and whatnot. Women were not allowed to act, so men would act as these women in plays written by Greek tragedists. The term drag originates from these plays that men would act as women, and they would wear these long dresses that would drag across the ground. This form of drag continued into the modern Shakespearean era of the 16th century, developing some of the most important female impersonators of the time. In the late 1800s and the early 1900s is when drag started to change its form. People would have these secret balls where they would dress up, show off their own style, and perform to win prizes and trophies. For years, these underground ball scenes would be raided by police, arresting everyone who was involved. From the 60s and on, drag culture has been held together and dominated by the Black LGBTQ community, giving queer people a sense of belonging in an unaccepting world. Nowadays, as drag is more and more accepted, people are able to express themselves in the way that they want. Drag is here to stay and slay for many more days. I'm Matthew Maycutt, CB TV.
I wish I had more friends to play games with.
You should join the Esports club.
Esports? No.
They're actually kind of cool. I was able to cover one of their events where they're challenging the stigma surrounding it.
Cypress Bay offers a variety of clubs for its students to join, but members of Esports say that their community outranks the rest.
So this club brings a lot of things to the school. For one, I feel like its biggest thing is that it brings a lot of people together, which lets people make friends and stuff like that. I met most of my friends that like my core friend group in my freshman year at the Esports Club, and I still talk to them to this day, and it's just like, I feel like that social opportunity that we bring is really big.
Throughout the existence of online gaming, certain stereotypes and stigmas have risen. Here are their thoughts on that matter.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some people that, follow that stigma of like they don't do anything, but a lot of us, have other stuff outside of our gaming life. We have jobs, we have friends, we go hang out.
It's not accurate as much anymore because now we have online gaming. We come together to play games. That wasn't really as common as before, as where games weren't like as multiplayer as they are now. And so I'm glad that this club gets to promote the cool side of esports and gaming, where everyone gets together and has fun.
Well, this club has benefited me because I've once again made really good relationships in this club. A lot of my friends have played and were the people who founded this club. So maintaining these relationships and maintaining relationships with people that have the same interests as me, honestly, is really important.
It's safe to say the Esports Club offers a community environment from the moment they log on to the moment they log off, and everything in between. This is Alex G, CB TV.
What up, Cypress Bay? This is Mr. Gordon. I was told to bring some essential items that I could not live without. So I have those sitting right here with me. Are they the most essential items in my life? Probably not, but I did the best I could with the time that I was allotted. So one of my first essential items is my brain. Not only does it allow me to have a sense of humor, but also to appreciate intellectualism. I'm not as smart as other people, but I do know that this brain, which I have in here, allows me to do a lot of good things, including to educate a lot of students here on AP United States government. More essential items, food and water. This is of course reflected of my nutty personality, but also something that I enjoy, along with water. Just because it occupies 70% of the earth doesn't mean I shouldn't be able to drink some in order to hydrate myself and continue with what the previous segment suggested, my overall intellectualism. So food and water, definitely essential. Next essential item is going to be family. This is obviously an inanimate family, and therefore it's not the family that I live with. However, it's good enough to reflect the importance of my family and my friends. But I know that the people who truly care about me aren't necessarily just my blood, but those who are willing to lie down in traffic for Mr. Gordon. Sports. Way too many sports to actually only pick one, so I had to be more general. So for me, sports are definitely essential. We have football, we have hockey, we have soccer. It's an important part of my life. Spent a lot of hours watching games, looking up stats, paying attention to players. I love sports across the board, and for those of you who play, continue to compete. Go team! And my last essential item for today's purposes is the United States Constitution. Why, you ask? Because the first semester here at Cypress Bay, I continually talk about AP United States government and the importance of this particular document. Because this is what allows me to discuss information that provides me a paycheck so that I can afford all those other essentials. You know, like the food, the water, the sports, going to the games, developing my intellectualism. It's fascinating, isn't it? But in addition, something that allows me to bring joy to others in the classroom. This has been my essential items. I'm Mr. Gordon, CBTV.
What was your favorite part about homecoming?
I love being able to dress up and watching all the bands play. What about you?
I gotta go with the football game against Taravella. Here's the highlights.
Last week, the Lightning faced off against the Trojans for Cypress Bay's homecoming game. The Lightning opened up the game in a flash, scoring 1 touchdown within the first couple minutes. The Lightning kept up the pressure, with number 16 bolting down the field 10 yards for Taravella to shut down the play. With the bleachers flooded in a sea of pink and the sun setting at the end of the first quarter, the Lightning was able to break through the Trojans' defense, scoring yet another touchdown, ending the quarter 14-0. As the game rolled into the second quarter, the Lightning continued their fierce offense, scoring their 3rd touchdown of the game. When Taravella tried to strike back, the Lightning reminded them whose turf they're on, intercepting the shot and running the ball back into the touchdown zone, scoring their 4th touchdown of the game, keeping the score 27-0. Being Cypress Bay's homecoming game, during halftime they announced homecoming royalties, followed by the sound of thunder. The game resumed with the Trojans keeping a strong defense for most of the third quarter, but they just couldn't keep up with the Lightning's persistent offense. They broke through their defense, scoring yet another touchdown with an added field goal for good measure. Beginning the fourth quarter, the Lightning scored yet another touchdown, and in the final few minutes, Taravella tried once again to get some points on the board, only to be intercepted by the Lightning. The game ended in a 47-0 win for Cypress. Hopefully they continue the wins into their next game against Western High School. But for now, I've been Alex Duque, CBTV Sports.
Did you see Wasserman played at the staff versus students game?
He played? No, I missed it.
Luckily for you, Virginia covered it.
Last Thursday, a storm brewed on the Cypress Bay basketball court as the students decided it was time for the teachers to be schooled. That's right, on October the 6th, the Cypress Bay basketball team won against Selvage, Berman, Christo, Gordon, Wasserman, and many more teachers in a friendly yet vicious game of basketball. The game started strong with the Cypress Bay team scoring with ease. However, the teachers quickly proved they could also score straight A's, as math teacher Mrs. Berman dunked the first point for the teachers, followed by baskets by Coach Miller and history teacher Mr. Gordon. Although the teachers were relentless in their efforts, the first half ended with the students in the lead by 7 points. Halftime consisted of fun activities, where the crowd of students could showcase their abilities in the sport and prove they can be the next NBA draft. Yikes. You guys might need a little tutoring in dunking. Just ask Mr. Selvage and Coach Hood, who proved they are as good as coaches as they are players. Second half began and the crowd was as loud as thunder. Although the teachers worked really hard to keep up with the students, the Cypress Bay basketball team needed to give them a quick reminder of whose turf they were in. And after a close game, the students took the win by a close 5 points. Regardless, this game served as a reminder that although sometimes we are at opposite sides of the court, students, teachers, and staff are what make up the home of the Lightning. Virginia Monasterio, CBTV Sports.
I can't believe the seniors lost another tug of war.
I know, right? It's so embarrassing.
It's definitely because the juniors had the most school spirit.
No, I don't think so. The seniors definitely had more.
Miguel went around the school to see which class had the most school spirit.
What's up, guys? I'm Miguel Cabrera, and today's a very exciting day. That's right, the pep rally, the day of the year in which the classes battle it out to see which one is throned as the best class. There's the tug of war, the relay race, but I'm here going around to see which class is the most spirited. Are you guys freshmen? They ran. Why do you guys think the freshman class is the best class?
Yes.
Good.
Because we are.
Okay.
Yeah, we just are.
We just are.
We just are. We just are.
Why do you think the sophomore class is the best class?
Because, yeah, freshmen suck.
Did you see our hallway? We actually literally slayed that. I don't want to.
You're in what class?
Chemistry.
I meant what year?
We're going the extra mile. We like to put in more work.
We're the best. We're the
Why?
best. We're just color green, bro.
We're just the best, you know? Because we're the best.
Okay, clearly the sophomores apparently are the best. You guys think you're the best class?
Yeah!
We the best. That's enough.
Because we just are. We just are.
Why are we the best class?
All right, so you guys are seniors?
Yeah.
Why is the senior class the best class?
Cause I got black nipples.
Because we're not losers like the lower classmen. They have no spirit.
True.
Because we are.
You're in the senior class?
Yes. The seniors are gonna win.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of school spirit here at the Bay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to see at the pep rally. May the best class win, and see you there. I'm Miguel Cabrera, CBTV.
That's all for this week's episode of Aftershock.
If you want to watch previous episodes, check out our YouTube channel at Cypress Bay CBTV and follow us on all of our social medias. I'm Morgan Haggett.
And I'm Andrew Dunham. Thanks for watching.